if you have some question. Now we come to green transport. So the fifth and final principle of Mr. Rifkin, it's electrification of transport. It's as well singularity. Like last year, it was like explosion. Last year, we have in Ukraine a few electric car. Maybe similar in your countries. But now we have only due the first month, 2 months in Ukraine, 150 electric car. Most of all Nissan, Leaf, yes, it's all. But yesterday at basketball, I was told that now in Sumy there is even Tesla one. This I read from YouTube. This car belonged to some lady in Odessa. She told that from one charging, she can drive about 100 kilometers, even more. And she spent for this driving only, do you know what is amount? Hryvnias. 110 hryvnia a day. For comparison, one side in minibus, marshutka, in Odessa 5. So 10, it means around traveling. So she pay only 10 hryvnias for 10 kilometers. But it was last year. Something happened this year in Ukraine that it's possible to spend even more, because chargers in Ukraine became free of charge for electric cars. It's very interesting phenomenon. We already mentioned about Tesla. Tesla Motors not only produces electric car, it gives in internet all documents for self-production. This is our very, very old Zaporozhets, not so good, not so efficient car, but maybe master driver of this car renovate and put himself electric motor. You know about average going between charging about 150 kilometers, but this car already has 600 traveling between charging, and maximum speed 200 per hour, kilometers per hour. But this electric car can develop speed about 600 kilometers per hour. It's electric car. It's achieve 100 kilometers for 2 seconds. Whoop. It's another miracle. Its minibus is produced in Lutsk in Ukraine. It's already goes on the streets of Lutsk. But this car, this electric bus is produced in Lviv. Capacity 100 passengers. Please compare with Chinese. Biggest in the world, 120 passengers. This tractor, electric tractor, was like experiment, was produced in Kharkov. The experimental series was only 12. It was sold during 2 days, like pirozhok. And now they started to produce more serious products. This is hydrogen car. I told you that some problem of hydrogen production was solved, but another problem, it was possible to provide very cheap instead of platina. You know, hydrogen, it's impossible to fill up like fuel, because it might be explosion. It might be absorbed by metallic plastine, like it was, I don't know in English, пористая такая, with a lot of holes. But now platina was replaced by very cheap substance. So maybe the problem of hydrogen car exploitation would be solved successfully soon as well. And it is very cheap, also in 10 times cheaper than usual fuel. This car was, it is not interesting that it is not only electric car, but it is print by 3D printer, this car. But this car, as well electric, it was print during the daily. This is a hybrid of usual car, fuel car, but as well like a plane. It is already overfly on La Manche. But this is a real electric plane. It's worked by accumulators. But this plane fly without accumulator because it used solar battery. It was planned his 7-day traveling around the world. Unfortunately, he could, because of weather, bad weather, he could fly only 3 days last year. This year, it planned to repeat again. I don't know the result, but I think 3 days without any energy sources, it's a great success. It is electric helicopter. This is planned normal electric plane with capacity of 100 passengers. This picture I made in Budapest. Some father is teaching to his sons to use this two-wheel vehicle. I don't know. But maybe you can, from your dormitory, soon go to university, or your children buy 2 vehicles. It is very interesting page of history of transport development, because this car does not use driver at all. So pilotless car. This bus, 6 passenger, is already making traveling in Netherlands, Wageningen, from railway station to central part of city. No driver. I visited this city, but before starting of this. But this I met in Bilbao this year. I met 2 group of designers. one group of designer team, and they demonstrate me another pilotless bus which created by French designers, engineers. Capacity is 16 passengers. It already goes in Bordeaux and Lyon. And third city is Sion in Switzerland. And next stage, why this car is interested. It is not pilotless car, but it is already step to next era without exploitation, or for exploitation without human at all. This car can charge itself from road automatically. It's not necessary to take some electricity net. And this road was already tested in Great Britain. Now you can see a map of electric charger, normal, regular charger in Ukraine. I said free of charge. It's an incentive for people in Ukraine, and now each one of, it was in January and February, 1/100th car in Ukraine was electric. I think it's very pretty figure. But now in May, maybe it's already 5%. And next step, the speed of this vehicle, I don't know, it's a hyperloop. It's already tested in America and in Europe between Vienna and Bratislava. More than its speed, more than speed of sound. 1,000, between 500 and 1,300. But it is future of human. When I goes by our Ukrainian train, I always remember Japan. From Sumy to Kharkov, I would go only 15 minutes, like from our Kursk Avenue to university. From Sumy to Kharkov. And in October, last October, I went from Madrid to Barcelona, 700 kilometers, only for 2.5 hours. Speed 300 per hour. To Kyiv for 1 hour. Not this terrible road which you use from Borispol, especially between Pyryatin and Romny. You know.